Hey, what is up, everybody? This is Stevie Breach coming to you here today. We're doing a little classic wrestling Wednesday. We're going to be talking about the WWF in 1994. This is like the dog days of the WWF. They are doing everything they can do, honestly, to just try to find a way to survive. They've got stars on their roster. I don't want to say that they're putting people in the wrong places, but as of right now, I mean, WWF needs just a spark to try and get something to get people re-interested in the product. They're kind of not really doing the kiddie thing that they tried doing like in 1992 and 1993. They're not really into the Attitude Era, but they are starting to lean on stars as like sort of like more real life gimmicks instead of everybody having some sort of a job like Duke the Dumpster Drosy. It's just a weird point in time. Right now, we're going to be talking about Survivor Series 1994, which was a really big pay-per-view for the WWF. The Undertaker, after, I guess you could say, dying in January of 1994 at the Royal Rumble, made his return at SummerSlam when he fought himself. Undertaker versus Undertaker, that was brought to you by the $1 Million Corporation at the time, which was like the main heel group led by Ted DiBiase, who was buying contracts up a lot like the NWO. That would be in WCW. But these guys just kind of were past their prime guys that they were used as the main heels on the roster, but they just really didn't have anything to offer to make you really want to care about really what was going on. We go to the main event of the night, The Undertaker versus Yokozuna. This is a matchup, honestly, that you would think the WWF, they took some time out. They gave, Undertaker some time off after the Royal Rumble, where they killed him in the casket match. And they decide they're going to go back to it. They're going to pay off on the gimmick of Undertaker against Yokozuna back in January. This was the big match that everybody cared about for who bought the Royal Rumble. And this time, they're going to decide that the heel roster is not going to be able to be getting involved in this match, which basically they came out and attacked The Undertaker 20-on-1 during that match. They say, hey, we're going to get none other than Chuck Norris. Chuck Norris was a huge star at the time. I think it was in syndication a lot like Baywatch was. I don't think he was on like a major network. Walker, Texas Ranger, a.k.a. the show that came on before Monday Night Raw for years, is at the Survivor Series. And he's going to be the guy that, plays the referee, the special enforcer, I guess you can say. I don't know how much money they gave Chuck Norris, but Chuck Norris was such a huge star that he, shot up the buy rate for Survivor Series 1994 over 1993 by, 50%. They were down a little bit from SummerSlam, a few months beforehand, but SummerSlam was like a major pay-per-view for them. But, definitely this Survivor Series, they got their money's worth out of Chuck Norris because people really believe that he was going to get in there and kick some ass. He does get involved in the match. He never gets actually into the ring. Maybe that was something he asked for money for or something like that. But, Undertaker and Yokozuna are fighting in this match. And at one point, Bam Bam Bigelow and King Kong Bundy come down to the ring like they're going to get involved. And Chuck Norris just gives them a stare. Like, you ain't getting in this ring. They just have a stare down. And it's enough for, King Kong Bundy and Bam Bam Bigelow. I don't really know why they're so... If the $1 Million Man just has a problem with The Undertaker because he made him look bad at Survivor Series, the pay-per-view before this. I don't know if, Yokozuna and Mr. Fuji, maybe Jim Cornette, were paying the $1 Million Corporation to help them out. But they were heavily involved trying to get into this match. During this stare down, IRS jumps the rail on the opposing side, jumps into the ring. IRS able to beat up the Undertaker and throw him into the casket. And at that point, he's just like, I did my job, I'm out of there, and bails out. At this point, Undertaker is starting to fight off Yokozuna. He's coming back to life. We have Jeff Jarrett, a member of the heel roster, not involved with the $1 Million Corporation. Doesn't really make any sense that he's getting involved in this match, but he was involved in the Royal Rumble when everybody was coming out to make sure the Yokozuna lost. Maybe he just wanted to beat the Undertaker because he knew he couldn't do it, so somebody had to beat him so he wouldn't be around anymore. But as he's running down, he runs right into a super kick from Chuck Norris, who kicks his ass. At that time, they're just like, bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. We get to see Yokozuna dropped on his head and then rolled into the casket as Undertaker gets the win. He gets his revenge. He's not dead. He's back. And then we have Vince McMahon tell us that is the last time that you will ever see Yokozuna. They're really paying off that Zuna is in the casket. Now Zuna is dead. Zuna was making his return to the WWF, but I don't think we would see him for over a year and until WrestleMania 11 when he makes his short return to the company. At this point, Yokozuna is really just piling on weight and is just not in good health. WWF did everything in the world to try and save him, but just there was nothing they could do. Like I said, overall, the Bret Hart match with the 9-minute chicken wing, the minis match with Doink and Jerry Lawler, not good. Rest of the show, pretty good, but overall, not great one. But yeah, give it a watch one day.